What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with the 17th volume of the CTC Lightning Round Review, where every Friday we take a look at 8 new products, and this time, just like last week, is holiday/winter themed, and that's because we've got the original Cakebite company, Elf on the Shelf Hot Cocoa Cake Bites and Christmas Cake Bites. We've got 2 new varieties of Milano Pepperidge Farm cookies, Caramel Macchiato, and Irish Cream. We have 2 candy canes. Finally, we're getting into some candy canes. We got Cold Stone Creamery ice cream flavored candy canes and Kool-Aid candy canes. We've got another Elf on the Shelf product, Kellogg's sugar cookie flavored Elf on the Shelf cereal. And last but not least, Crunch Peppermint Jingles, which includes broken up bits of Brach's candy cane inside. So a lot of interesting stuff this time around. So Ryan and I are about to turn off the cameras, and when we come back, we are going to rank all of these from worst to first in a capsule countdown in terms of taste, and give everything a Gimmick Grade so you know just how interesting all of these new products are. So give us a second here and we'll be right back. And we're back, and coming in at 8th place, aka last, man oh man, maybe last of all time on this review. It is, unfortunately, the Kool-Aid candy canes. Now, Kool-Aid oriented products have won a lightning round here when they had the gummies. These candy canes are absolutely horrible. Look, the tropical punch and the grape are just bad. The cherry might be one of the worst. It is definitely the worst candy cane I've ever had. Might be the worst candy I have ever had. I'd say it tastes like Robitussin, but it tastes worse than Robitussin. If I were Kool-Aid, I would be absolutely incensed that my name was attached to that. On the bright side, you do get 6 candy canes for $1 at Dollar Tree, so the price is right if you want to buy it for the box or just to play a cruel prank on somebody that you know. I don't even know. As far as the gimmick goes, I mean, you see the little Kool-Aid man guys on the package, and you know, I think that making Kool-Aid into a candy cane, if it were well executed, is a pretty good idea. So I'm going to give the gimmick a 6 out of 10. I'm going to give the taste a 1.5 out of 10.
Wow, yeah.
That was horrible. I'm going to give the cherry a 0.5 out of 10. But as a whole, like the average, the composite, score for the taste, it is going to be a 1.5. Last place, 8th place on today's Capsule Countdown. And boy, it's rough.
That is the gap between expectation and reality.
Yeah, we were wrestling with maybe that being in the top 3 before we started tasting, and it turns out it is definitely 8th. But 7th place, we're getting the candy canes out of the way early this year, I guess. This is the Cold Stone Creamery ice cream flavored candy canes. They come in 3 different flavors, which are mint chocolate chip, our strawberry blonde, and birthday cake remix. And I gotta tell you, this is another rough run. Now the funny thing about these were also $1 at Dollar Tree. Funny thing is that when you like bite into them, it has a almost gum-like consistency, and they're fresh candy canes. So I don't understand. Was that intentional? From it, texturally speaking, they were worse than the Kool-Aid candy canes, but taste-wise, this our strawberry blonde one is really a great candy cane. Tastes delicious. One of my favorite strawberry flavored products in a long time. Problem is that the mint chocolate one is disgusting. What is the other one? Birthday cake remix is another kind of rough ride. The texture's terrible. As far as the gimmick goes, look, there's 3 signature Cold Stone Creamery ice cream flavors made into candy canes. I'm going to give the gimmick a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a great idea. The problem is when 2 out of 3 taste like absolute dog crap, it's like you really got to give it a low score. So 7th place on today's Capsule Countdown, and I'm going to go 3 out of 10. And the reason why I'm not going lower is that strawberry one is pretty good. I would give the strawberry one like a 7. The other 2 are rough though. So I don't know if I'd go $1 to get 2 strawberry blonde candy canes, but if you would, I'm not judging. It's cool. All right, so you want to talk about expectations versus reality. Caramel Macchiato, Milanos. These things were not good. And unless you really like burnt coffee flavor, and I don't mean, oh, it's a little strong, a little toasty. No, I'm talking about somebody left the coffee pot on like all night, and this is what you have. Milano cookies, in my opinion, are the best cookies that you can buy at a store. I think they're pretty damn near perfection. These have really ruined the Milano. Yeah, you still have the texture, but that's not enough. It's really not. Look, $2.50 at Target for a pretty interesting flavor. In theory, that's great, but it's burnt coffee. I mean, Ryan, am I wrong about this?
No.
Can you taste anything that makes Milanos taste so delicious in these?
No.
Nothing. No. Nothing at all. So
texture's great.
Texture's great. As far as the Gimmick goes, I'm going to give the Gimmick a 6 out of 10. I think, making a coffee-flavored Milano, relatively interesting. You don't see a lot of stuff that's caramel macchiato flavored either. Like you might see coffee Milano or something. You might expect that, but not caramel macchiato. So that's kind of neat. So 6 out of 10 on the Gimmick. But as far as the taste goes, I'm going 3.5 out of 10. I hate it. I don't like it. Sorry. It's all from the texture too. All those points are from the texture. And coming in at 5th place is our first Elf on a Shelf product today. And look how freaking beautiful that presentation is. I don't know who the original Cake Pop company is. Or wait, original Cake Bite company is. But man, oh man, look at this. So you got 3 slivers of pretty high quality cake. And each one is like layered. So if you want to take a look inside, that's probably a better one to look at it. Very, very, very dense cake. The little the sprinkle balls on top, very very crispy and pretty good. As far as the hot cocoa flavor though, it's not very good. I don't know. I know I'm bearing a lot of bad news. I'm not in a Jolly Saint Nick mood today after eating some of these products, but look, $3.48 at Walmart is pretty steep for a 4-pack of these. But when you look at the matte finish of here, you look at the presentation, this looks like a premium product. As far as the Gimmick goes, like I'm not really in love with Elf on a Shelf. Like I guess I just grew up too late for that or something. I don't know when that became a thing. But I'm going to give the Gimmick a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a well-executed product. And as far as the taste goes, look, maybe let's go 5 out of 10. I think it's kind of right in the middle. Ryan's nodding.
That might be even generous. That's very generous.
But no, it's all about the texture, Ryan. The texture is really perfect, but the taste is a little bit off. And if you're wanting to try this without dropping over $7 after tax, obviously we'll get into why you should do the Christmas Cakebites instead later. So that is what we got for number 5. And as we pass the halfway mark, we're actually clearing the deck of the Milanos. What a disappointment here, but it's the Irish Cream Milanos. They fared a little bit better. Now, like with my criticism of the caramel macchiato, where really practically the entire taste was the burnt coffee flavor, with this, for some reason it really tastes like alcohol. I don't know if there's a bunch of alcohol in it. I don't know why the alcohol flavor is so pronounced, Ryan. I mean, it's like, it should be getting you buzzed at least, right? Yeah. I mean, because it's a little rough. It's a little rough to pass through. Look, it is better. I did taste more of the signature dark chocolate than in the caramel macchiato, but still that alcohol flavor, just weird alcohol flavor. I mean, look, $2.50 at Target. The Gimmick is pretty neat. That's another one where you wouldn't expect an Irish Cream Milano. I'll go 7 out of 10 on the Gimmick, but for the taste, 4th place on today's Capsule Countdown, 5.5 out of 10. Not a real strong performance for over the halfway mark. So Sorry, guys. Go back to the last lightning round. There was some good stuff, I promise. So now we're into the top 3, and this is actually the pleasant surprise of the review. It is the the second of 3 Elf on a Shelf products. It's Elf on a Shelf Sugar Cookie Cereal with Marshmallows. And it's a good thing that Ryan at the very last second noticed that there was marshmallows in it, because we were actually kind of in love with this cereal, and then we realized there's a bunch of little tiny marshmallows on the bottom of the box. And it lowered my opinion of the cereal, unfortunately. Look, as I plated this, how you cannot find one single marshmallow. There's not one marshmallow on there. And that's after Ryan and I each got a big handful of it. So if I were to make a recommendation, it's, look, the sugar cookie flavored cereal is really good. It's not overwhelmingly sweet. The texture's great. I think that the shape of stars is really good. Really good.
Yes.
I wish more cereals were star-shaped.
That was a
Wasn't the mermaid cereal that we had star-shaped? I think it was, and we had a really high opinion of that one. But once we started mixing it with the marshmallows, it did actually hurt our enjoyment of the product, and it did tend to get overly sweet. Now, as far as the gimmick goes, I think it's a well-designed box. I think it's a cool, winter-time gimmick, so Christmas time gimmick. $3.64 at Walmart. The package is pretty big, but I think there's only 12 ounces of cereal in this thing, so it couldn't have got much smaller. 12.2 ounces, so small on the ounce, but it's a giant box for 12 ounces for sure. So I don't know why. I don't know why, but as far as the taste goes, look, I'm gonna be generous because I've tasted it without the marshmallows and it was delicious. So 3rd place on today's Capsule Countdown and a 7 out of 10. Once you start mixing in the marshmallows, it does hurt it a little bit, but pretty good. I mean, really, you should still go out and get it, I think. And that brings us to the last 2. 2nd place on today's Capsule Countdown is going to Nestle Crunch Jingles with Peppermint Brach's candy cane pieces inside. Now, Crunch Jingles have long been a holiday tradition. I love the texture of the jingle bells, and presentationally speaking, it's beautiful. Look at these. This is a very festive product. That's really, really nice. And, Nestle Crunch, you're always going to get those big rice pieces, but with this, you're also getting crunchy candy cane pieces. So that's what they look like there. You can see that, lots of bumps inside, great texture, great taste. I'm pretty happy with them. Look, the problem is the only place that I've been able to find them, and the only place where, as far as I can tell, that they even exist, is CVS. $4.39 is a very high price tag for some crunch with some candy cane pieces. Insane. It's insane, but I'm insane. I mean, this is an expensive hobby. So, you got to count off a little bit for that. That's an unreasonable price. Now, it is pretty tasty. From a gimmick perspective, I think that the intermingling of brands, it's not quite as ridiculous as when they did the candy corn and bunch of crunch over Halloween, which I love, 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 love that gimmick. This one is still, it's a little off the wall, but it's manageably off the wall. So I'm going to give the gimmick a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to give the taste also a 7.5 out of 10. 2nd place on today's Capsule Countdown. What you think about that, Ryan?
Very good.
Yeah. All right, so believe it or not, I really consider this an upset when you look at this lineup. Elf on a Shelf, the original Cakebite Company Christmas Cakebites. I mean, that's amazing. First off, we've already gone into the fact that these are $3.48, so they're a bit steep. And you only get 4 pieces. But this is a really high quality product, really blew me away. Blew Ryan away as well. I love the matte finish of the packaging itself. It really tastes like a cake. Not like a Little Debbie cake or a Hostess cake. It tastes like a piece of freaking cake.
Cake ball.
It tastes almost like a cake ball, yeah. I wouldn't say it's quite as good as like a fresh cake ball.
Right.
But for something that you're going to get wrapped up, you know, and sit on a shelf for a couple weeks or whatever before it's in your mouth, this is practically the best case scenario. Yeah, good stocking stuff, or you can put a little message on there, you know. So, I mean, you could do it. As far as the gimmick goes, I don't know what you think, Ryan. Like 8 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, pretty strong. And you know, it's another one of those where the price is a little steep for what you get, but the quality is there to justify it. Unlike with the hot cocoa Cakebites, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It's double 8 out of 10. Pretty strong product offering. Maybe one of the weaker ones that's won a CTC lightning round in the last 17 volumes or whatever, but still something that if you're gonna experiment with the Elf on the Shelf cakes, these are the ones to do it with, and I promise you that. I think you won't be disappointed. All right, so now that we've ripped that Band-Aid off, let's get into the good stuff. We're gonna open up the capsule archives, and it's a box of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. You might be saying, that's kind of boring. No, it's not, because this is a Home Alone 2 themed Raisin Chaos, RAISIN, Chaos in Central Park, Kevin McAllister versus the Sticky Bandits game. Look at that. If you guys have been watching the CTC review over the course of the last couple of years, you know I'm absolutely, positively obsessed with the movie Home Alone. It's the only movie I watch. I barely even watch Home Alone 2. But you want to talk about a beautiful tie-in, especially with a cereal that you wouldn't associate with kids. What child's eating Kellogg's Raisin Bran? So, well, but, you know, I mean, it is...
Maybe it's for parents.
Yeah, I mean, they should put it on the back of a microwave macaroni and cheese dinner, right? But what an unbelievably great product tie-in. I love Home Alone. It just feels right over Christmas. Ryan and I were gushing about how perfect Home Alone was before we even started filming here. What were you about to ask, Ryan?
You just said Sticky Bandits.
Well, in the second one, they're Sticky Bandits. So I'm trying to be brand appropriate. They're the Wet Bandits in Home Alone, and in Home Alone 2, they're the Sticky Bandits. So
deep cut.
Hence why I went there. But you know, it's it's our old friends from the first movie. So Harry and Marv, if you will. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. I hope you're enjoying us covering products this holiday season. We're going to keep it going. I mean, I think that there's going to be more stuff yet to come before the season's over. So we're excited to do it. Happy, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that stuff. And of course, until next time, I will miss you until I see you. I'm going to eat a little bit of our winter on the way out. Cheers.